So hey guys, welcome to Appalachia's Homestead. It just continues to get worse and worse. So what I want to know is, what are you going to do? Have you asked yourself? Have you asked your spouse? Have you talked to your parents? Have you talked to your kids? What are you going to do as we literally live through history right now? This is a historical time that you have been chosen to live through, and you have a choice in how you are going to respond to everything that is happening, and we're only at the beginning. So the question is, again, and I said this in a video just the other day, do you have a plan? So I took a day off, actually almost 2 days off of filming. It wasn't because, something was wrong. I appreciate y'all so much. I've had so many of you contact me, go, where are you? Guys, we have been so swamped with work that it's just, there are some days that I have to pick and choose to just say, I cannot do this today. Because filming takes time, editing takes time. Not that it's not my job, not that I don't enjoy doing it, but there is such an urgency within me right now. And it was so funny because I was at Aldi today and the gentleman said, are you a teacher? And I said, well, what do you categorize? What do you mean by that? And he said, I just don't see how you have this much energy. Folks, I have such a sense of urgency right now that I don't even know how to explain it to people. There are days that I even have to try to explain it to my own husband, God love his heart, and my children, because I just feel and feel that I see things, and I don't want to say that I necessarily fear them, but I have an urgency to try to do as much as I physically can. And, there are days where, I sort of lull down a little bit, and then I go out in public, I go to a certain place, and I go, this is why I have this sense of urgency. Look at this, and this. Look. So let me tell you right now that if you have that same sense of urgency, and I think a lot of my followers do, you all are the best people. And I'll get into, there's no way I can ever make a video long enough to thank you for all of your support. We are growing by leaps and bounds, and I am contacted by you daily. So many of you. So I know that there are so many of you out there that have this same sense of urgency. And I want to say that I fully, truly believe that you have been chosen to live in a time like this. You have been chosen to see things and to feel things that most other people do not. And there is a reason for that, that God, I believe that. Just like God chose Noah for his calling and so many others, I think that you are here for a reason. You are precious. And so you understand that how active that you need to be right now with growing food, putting away things, paying off debt, talking to people, really focusing on talking to people about where are you right now spiritually. There's a lot of people right now, and you're going to have to trust me when I tell you, simply just trust me. There is a lot of people that are mentally struggling right now. We have talked about this before on some videos. Last year I did some warning you and talking about if you think things are folks that already have mental struggles, okay? And I'm not saying that's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying there's a lot of people that are on edge. And, I think about that daily and and just how they are being affected by all that's happening. Because honestly, guys, I don't see how you don't see it. Everybody sees it. It's just whether or not they are in denial or not. Why they're in denial, why they're choosing that, I don't know. I don't know if it's because they just can't deal. I don't know if it's because they're in a situation where they feel they can't help themselves like they want. I don't have that answer. But I can tell you that when I have people come to my channel, and it's really not that many, that literally say, I don't come here to talk politics, okay? I come here to only learn how to, grow bananas or grow corn or whatever. Let me tell you right now, the state of the world and the state of our economy is affecting your food supply. It's not just, oh, they aren't planting grain over in X, Y, and Z, and now we're going to be in a world famine, in the next 6 months, 12 months, 18 months. That's not how this is rolling. There's a lot of things that are happening here. And the bottom line is, as you know it, if you're here, you know it. You're having to help yourself. I made videos, 6-9 months ago that most of you got it. A couple of didn't get it, and so that I got chastised by these people because I was so doomsday. But the bottom line is, folks, nobody's coming to help you. Okay. If somebody comes and helps you, it's because you're in a small community or a network of people or neighbors or family or church members, whatnot, that you're interconnected with that are going to help you. Okay. If the government or if anybody outside of that was coming to help you, they would be helping the entire situation right now. We are in my personal opinion, a state of emergency. We've talked about Georgia declaring their state of emergency last week, and I said, everybody's in a state of emergency. The difference is you're not feeling the full effects yet, but I don't see how that's possible because today, 2 hours ago, I had to go to Home Depot to buy some lumber. Have you checked that out lately? Because we're building a greenhouse. And, I finally said, we have got to go get this lumber. We've got to go get this today. Knock that off. So we did. And the plant section, I'm sorry, awful. We went also to get a couple of more fruit trees for our orchard. I was there a couple of weeks ago. Folks, they hardly had any left. So they are being purchased and grabbed, okay? And it's not even the end of April. That type of thing doesn't happen that quick here. And I've been pulsing, plants and all of these things for many years now. And, you get to a certain point where you run out of options, and you get to a certain point where that just doesn't look good anymore because it's been sitting there. Folks, we're not even we're barely pushing the last week of April, and we're already there. And the things that were there, I don't think they have enough workers to take care of everything. It's just dried up and dead. It looks awful. Maybe that's just where we are, and yours looks pristine and beautiful. Be thankful. See, this is the thing, is when I say something about what's happening here with the happenings, if you're in a place where that's not happening to you, things, we talk about what people are stating, or we talk about what I'm seeing. And if you're not feeling that, you're not seeing that, praise the Lord, stomp your foot and take advantage of it. Get what you need. Do not delay, because it's coming for you too. It's just a matter of time. But here is what happened when I went to Aldi. Now, like you, because of gas prices, we are all bracing to watch and see what happens with oil over the next, week to 10 days with decisions that are being made because of an election in France. You've seen all of this, the embargo. Even if it's just halfway implemented, who knows what's going to happen to gas prices again. And some of you have said, darling, gas prices have already more than doubled. Honey, I know. We paid $1.59 a gallon here 18 months ago. We're paying $3.99 or $4.09 now. I know what's happened to gas prices. I was talking about take the gas price that you're paying today and add $2 or $3 more or double it from there. That's what that video a couple of days was about, okay? I already know how things have gone up in price. I'm getting emails from people showing me how eggs are going up like I bet you love your egg woman now, don't you? That crazy chicken lady's pretty doggone important now, isn't she? It's not funny. It's for real. I mean, the prices of everything. So I went into Aldi. If this makes you chuckle, then chuckle. But I walked in and I looked around and I started staking. I was like, that's gone up. That's gone up 3 cents. That's gone up 10 cents. So I started walking around the store. I was just grabbing a few things after we left Home Depot. I told James, I said, I'm just going in here for a few minutes and I'm just going to grab a few quick things for the week. Oh, here comes my husband. He's going to get gas right now. So he's going to go fill up. We're trying to stay filled up on gas at the current price that we can get and stay ahead of everything. So that's what you heard him going to do right now. But I started noticing, I was just here the other day. I was here, a couple days ago, not too long, not even a week, 5 days. When was I here? I'm like, that's gone up gosh, that was 95 cents. Now it's 98 cents. My gosh, that's gone up from what to what? All around the store. And I'm going to post some pictures. Things have gone up 5 cents, 9 cents. The marinara, you know, the groovy marinara back way back in the fall, we were buying for 85 cents. It's $1.39 now. What kind of inflation is that? That's called a lot, okay? And as I was making my way around, because I didn't need marinara today, I was like, oh my gosh, again, here we are again. Here we are again. Are you pulsing this as you go to the store? Because you bought something this morning, you put it in your cart, like this lady told me her eggs, and when she went to get it, it had gone up like X amount. You know, it's incredible what's happening. This is a day-to-day thing now. I go to the chicken section and I look around. What in the world? I mean, we know why. Folks, I'm going to say this. I'm going to give this the bottom line. If this continues, and there is no end in sight, have you pinched yourself right now? How are people going to make it? Have you considered what this inflation is doing to people everywhere? How is this going to continue to affect restaurants and small businesses? They say, oh, we're bracing for a recession. Oh, no, you're not. Sorry, I'm going to argue with you that you are in a recession. I don't care. You know, this is what I'm saying, and I'm going to say it again. I sound like a broken record. Do you really need somebody with 14 degrees in banking and business to tell you that hard times are here and that worse times are coming? I just went to Aldi, walked around, had a minor panic attack in fear, not for myself, but for others that are not preparing, that choose to not prepare, and they're just absolutely going to be T-boned. What are they going to do? What are people going to do? I simply cannot say this enough. There are single mothers out there with small children who are going, if they're not already, they are going to be struggling like no other. I hear a lot from senior citizens who have a lot of limitations physically. What are they going to do? What are you going to do when this continues and we could hit a depression? Is this doom and gloom? No. This is a reality that could likely be coming. I'm tired of hearing that. You're so doom and gloom. No, I'm in reality. I'm trying to be realistic here. What planet are you on? What unicorn are you riding? How are you feeding your Pegasus today? Because clearly you're in La La Land. Do you really need somebody on YouTube or a business network or, you know, on a podcast or wherever to tell you that hard times are here and worse times are very likely coming? So I admit to you, maybe you see this as a sign of weakness. I don't. I see this as a sign of me continuing to accept what I fear. What I fear is coming, I have to accept is coming. I got in the truck. James was helping me put things in the buggy, and he was like, what is wrong? Guys, I got very emotional in the parking lot at the Aldi. And I was like, just let me get in the truck. And I got in the truck, and he started pulling off. Well, you know how a man is when, why is my wife crying? And I was like, I don't see how people are going to make it. Please don't take that as me being pessimistic. I'm trying to just relate to you and tell you and to motivate you. And to if I wake up one person today, somewhere, anywhere, then it's worth it to admit that to you. I just said, I don't see how people are, if this continues, how are people going to make it? How are people going to pay their bills? How are people going to keep their jobs? How are people going to feed their babies? And so when I have that moment, again, I'm reminded that every day we have to be completely proactive. We cannot be afraid to speak. We cannot be afraid to reach out, regardless of the response you're going to get. I get responses on here all the time. I share them with you, not because I'm, pardon my language, pissed off because somebody doesn't believe what I'm saying. Let me tell you, it's getting fewer and fewer and fewer. 6 months ago, a year ago, I would have more comments of how I'm just negative and I'm just doomsday. Not too many, but I'd have a couple every video. Now I might get one every third or fourth video because there's no denying. You have got to be so far off the map to deny what we're seeing. You're paying the gas prices, aren't you? Are you buying your food? Some. Do you at least have a friend or a cousin or whoever that is doing these things? So it's not just some crazy YouTuber that you don't agree with her politics saying it. It's everywhere. We're in a crisis. And the worst part about this is like I said, who's coming to help us? Who's trying to stop it? Who's helping our farmers? Who is trying to get things moving and shaking? Who? You know who? You. Not your government, not your politicians. So when I talk about how all of this relates to all of these things, darn skippy it does. Do you pay taxes? Wait, maybe you shouldn't answer that. Let's not start that one. So I'm talking specifically to somebody, like I said earlier, that, I just want to come to your channel to, I came here to learn about, okra. Well, you're on the wrong channel. We'll talk about okra. We've talked about okra before, and tomatoes and everything else you want to plant. But the sense of urgency for us to take care of ourselves is yesterday. So I am telling you folks, please keep a daily pulse on what's happening. Please be proactive every day. I've been getting onto different websites and getting notifications by different things, and from you guys too, on a lot of you trying to stock up on grains, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. This is everywhere. This isn't just here, not just with you. And that's why we talk about these things, so that we can continue to keep each other informed and to understand that we have to be stepping up now, because people do not understand. You cannot just go to the store today, get what you need, and you're going to ride out the storm on the horizon. It's not even here yet. You see it over there? Maybe it'll change direction. Maybe something will intervene. Maybe it'll go a different way. Let's pray for that. But in the meantime, are you really willing to just take that risk? So how are these people affording to just drop everything that they're doing right now? Excuse me. How are they willing to drop what they're not willing to do right now? How are people just going to the beach for a week, staying in a condo, going out to eat every night? Spending $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000 in a week. Do you know how much food supply that would buy you and your family? That sounds so Debbie Downer. I want people to live. I want people to raise their children and have fun and live a good life. But right now, it's about making proper choices about sustainability. If you don't know how to make a loaf of bread and you don't have, I said you need to push going for 2 years of food supply if you possibly can. That's a long goal for a family. But, do you have 6 months of food put away for a really long, that would never happen. We just lived through COVID. What do you mean it would never happen? I hit the button. How do you know this fall? What can you predict the future? Let me ask you this right now. So in fall of 2019, let's just go back. In the fall of 2019, it was so funny because we were looking at pictures of my last Great Appalachian Homesteading Conference, which is 3 years ago. 3 years. And we were looking at preparations and things that are in my memories on Facebook, and James just looked at that and he goes, just think, in May of that year, April and May of 2019, think about all that we did not know that was coming. Think about 2019. What an awesome year that was. and think about how, had we had just an inkling of what all was coming, what different decisions would we have made? What more would we or should we have done to prepare for what we knew was coming, not even in the following year? I mean, it wasn't even a full year. I think we would make different choices. I think we would do more things. Would you not? Here you are right now, being told and being warned of your supply chain issues. You're looking at all sorts of individuals warning you about famine, world famine of different capacities. How do you think that's not going to affect you? So how are these people going to, how do you live with yourself going, I'm just going to leave it all behind for 10 days and I'll think about it when I get back? All of that time and all of that money. And again, I want you to enjoy life. I want you to have fun with your friends, and I want your children to have good times. But you know, sometimes a staycation, you know, maybe go see a movie, you know, go bowling, plant a garden. That's pretty fun, isn't it? Let me put it to you this way. I think eating and avoiding down the road starvation sounds like a mighty good time. Might want to consider it. So the bottom line is my channel is about our journey. My channel is about what we do. My channel is about helping people. My channel is about our heritage and getting back to our roots. My channel is about how we handle the times that we are in. I can't answer to what all these other people are doing with their social media, their blogs, their YouTube. I don't even look anymore, frankly, because it's none of my business. See, I choose to stick my nose into my business and to do what I feel God is telling me to do, and that is to continue on the road that I'm on right now, every day pushing myself in terms of preparing my family, preparing my farm, you know, and talking with you. This is where I feel I need to be. This is where I feel what I feel I need to be doing for my children. This is who we work for, right? And to help others. If that's not your gig, then I'm not your girl, okay? We've been here a long time talking about these issues, and I just want to encourage you to stay on the path that you're on. More people are waking up. More people are getting in tune with what needs to be happening. And they're going to be leaning very hard on you because no one else is going to be helping them, not in the way that they need it. Listen to your calling. We have a lot of videos coming up. We are so busy. Garden season is here. Lots to share, lots to learn. And guys, keep commenting below everything that you're saying because everybody's leaning on you too. Well, I'm going to end the video because my husband is back. Time to prepare dinner. We love y'all. We appreciate you. We've gotten so many awesome things through our P.O. box. A lot of you are really, I cannot tell you how big of a compliment it is, and I'm not saying this to ask for anything. I just know that these people watch. They are choosing to, they want us to bless people in our, you know, help our blessing boxes, and people, you know, they see what we're doing, and you trust us, and that is an honor. There's nothing short of saying, it is nothing short of an honor that that you trust me and my family to try to do right for children out there and for people that need help. And we thank you for that. We thank you for that, but we thank you for that blessing, and we thank you for that compliment, because that's the highest honor there is. So, all right, time to get busy with dinner. I've missed y'all for the last, 24 seconds? No, it's been like 2 days. I got a video up earlier, but all right, guys, we'll have more videos coming up. We appreciate you. It's not getting any better. If you needed somebody to tell you that, I'm telling you that. But we're going to have faith, and we're going to work. And I want you to really, truly, honestly put your faith in God, because this is a God calling right now, okay? Don't deny it. Stay busy. Do your due diligence. Keep praying. And we'll see you on the next video.